So hello, welcome to the first video in this series. This is from a workshop that I gave, which was a 6-hour workshop. And what I'm doing is I'm breaking this up into small videos to be able to give to you so that you can get these bite-sized pieces of knowledge, if you like. So let's start off with the introduction here. So the introduction, it's always good to start off with the vowel sounds first. They've got a slightly different sound to English. I always call it baby talk, like the way we teach infants how to talk, like a, b, k, d. So here are the main vowel sounds. So firstly we've got a, which is kind of like the sound that we have in the word tap, a little open, a. Then next we have the E, which in Portuguese is not pronounced E, it's pronounced E, a little like the E sound in the word egg. Then we've got the sound E, which is actually for the letter I, so it gets a little bit confusing, this. So this sounds like the double E in B, so this is E, not I. Then we have the vowel sound O. So this sounds a little like the letter O in the word pot. O. It's not O, it's O. That was kind of the best thing I could come up with there. So O. And then finally we've got the U, which we don't pronounce like U in Portuguese. It's kind of like an American U. It's more of an U, like the Americans say tube. And that's just like the double O sound that we have in the word boot. So let's go through those. A, E, O, U. A, E, O, U. A little faster. A, E, O, U. A, E, O, U. Now you should try and learn these by heart. This makes a big difference with pronunciation. When you learn these vowel sounds, even though these vowel sounds are going to vary depending on what consonants are present in the words, this is kind of like a basic rule which will get you on the right track. So when you look at that letter A, for example, that's more open, like A, it's easier to pronounce certain words. So, for example, people from the south of England tend to have very broad kind of letters, so they will say car. But the people in the south of England will say car, you see? So it's kind of a different sound in letters. If you've got a northern accent, it's actually helpful. Okay, so note the letter E is only pronounced E when it's the word and. So the word for and in Portuguese is E. So the example we've got here, o João e a Sara. O João e a Sara. Actually, that's an English Sara, so we'll change that to a Portuguese Sara. O João e a Sara. So you see, we pronounce this E. We don't say E, we say E. So this sounds just like an English E. So it's good to learn that now, and you'll find out why later. I never know where to look when I'm doing these videos. The consonants sound pretty much the same as they do in English, with a few exceptions, but we're going to address them as we go. We're going to address the consonants as we go. I'll be using my own phonetics to help with pronunciation, and these will be read as if you were reading English. So here's an example. This is the word for thank you, and we pronounce it obrigada. Obrigada. Now this is only like an approximate pronunciation, but it's close enough. As we continue, we can refine these sounds. Now, this is interesting. Cognates. Now, cognates are words that look similar, and they mean the same thing. Now, fortunately, in the Portuguese language, we've got lots of these because it all comes from the Latin. So, by revising these cognates, you'll find that you already know lots of words. So here are just a few examples. So we're going to give you the translation, and I'm going to give you the way to pronounce it in Portuguese. So it's, if the word ends in T-I-O-N, it'll often end in sound in Portuguese. Sound. Now this is T-I-O-N, but we pronounce it shun. Information. You see, information. We don't actually say that I. And in Portuguese we say informação. So we've got information, informação, education, educação, situation, situação, attention, atenção, organization, organização, condition, condição, administration, administração. So now we've got the words ending in S-I-O-N, which in Portuguese end in são, which is spelt with an S, but it's pronounced the same way. So, decision, decisão, television, televisão, discussion, discussão, version, versão, session, sessão. And many words ending in on will end in ão in Portuguese. Million, milhão, reason, razão, region, região, opinion, opinião, lesson, lição. So you can see how familiar these are. And there are literally hundreds of them. Yeah, there are so many. So often words that end in ty in English will end in dad in Portuguese. So the word for city is cidade. Community, comunidade. Activity, atividade. Opportunity, oportunidade. Quality, qualidade. Authority, autoridade. Property, propriedade. So it's very interesting to see that we have this, and this is very typical for the English language. It's very good. This makes learning Portuguese actually easier for English people because, for example, in Dutch, they don't have, oh, the fly just went up my nose. In Dutch, they don't have the same cognates as us. They will have different cognates that come from different origins, and they do not have as many as we do. And they're similar with the German too. The French will share a lot of cognates. The Italians and the Spanish will share a lot of cognates too. So that's our first lesson. Snippets of information so that you don't get too much information at once and not able to process it. So tune in for the next video. In the meantime, if you want to take a look on Facebook, Portuguese in 6 Weeks Facebook page, and we've also got a blog, Portuguese in 6 Weeks on Blogger. So you can look both of those up. I'll put the links in the comments below the video. So I will see you next time, and whatever you do, have fun.